Okay, Frank, we're just at the beginning stages of this heat wave. What do you anticipate this week?
So of course, anytime we have a heat wave, specifically one that's a long duration, better part of a week, the fire danger increases. So as our fuel moistures start to decrease, the potential for larger scale fires actually increases. So as we move through the week and the temperatures are in the high 90s, low 100s, we're going to see those fuels continue to dry, and the potential for a wildfire will increase.
Any tips that you want to pass on to people as they go ahead and start thinking about maybe doing outdoor gardening work and all that stuff using electronic equipment, I guess is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get across.
So obviously we need the public's help during these heat waves, but really year round, try to avoid any activities that could unintentionally start a wildfire. Today or during this weather event's probably not the best time to catch up on defensible space. Mechanized equipment can actually in turn cause a fire during these high heat waves with dry fuel conditions. And also if you are traveling with an RV or a boat or towing something, make sure you know, ensure that your trailer is properly attached. I know that dangling or hanging chains can also start a spark and find a receptive fuel bed and start a vegetation fire as well.
As far as the heat's concerned, again, it's going to be well into the 90s, if not going above 100 in some areas of San Diego County. How do the firefighters withstand all this when they get called out on fire?
So we rigorously train year round, and really implement hydration plans, stay hydrated, and hydration starts days before the heat wave even comes. But really being able to evaluate one another and make sure that we're all in good health on these fires. They can be very demanding with steep terrain and very high temperatures. It's really easy to become dehydrated quickly, but we really try to maintain that hydration, maintain it through training and through observing one another when on an incident.
What's your staffing looking like?
So currently all of our frontline pieces of equipment are fully staffed, ready to respond at a moment's notice. And that includes all of our fire engines, water tenders, hand crews, bulldozers, and aircraft, all ready to go if need be.
Okay, and I've noticed in recent years, you guys really just jump on these fires, right? I mean, when you get a call of a brush fire, it's all hands on deck.
That's correct. As soon as we get a dispatch, we send everything we can to it to hopefully quickly mitigate that fire and prevent it from spreading.
One other thing, I mean, it's not necessarily about fires, but what about people who um, just kind of ignore the fact that it's really hot outside, they don't have their water with them, and they go on these hikes and end up having to get rescued? Any thoughts
Yeah.
there?
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to mention that towards the end, but yeah, obviously the fire danger is increased during these heat waves, but also we worry about folks going and, utilizing some of our great hiking trails or outdoor spaces, but not being prepared for the heat. And obviously heat illness increases exponentially when we start seeing these, high double and low triple digit temperatures. So ensure that if you're going outside for outdoor activities on our hiking trails and whatnot, you're in a group, you have adequate hydration, you're dressed appropriately, and you're prepared for these hot temperatures.
And did you mention that maybe they should be doing this early in the morning or late in the evening? Did you say that?
So obviously earlier in the day it is ideal for any of these trails, but we understand that people, want to enjoy the summer months in this beautiful county. But if you do so, make sure that you are adequately prepared and you travel with water, you travel with other people in a group, and you're ready in the event you start seeing some heat illness. You understand and recognize those signs and symptoms, and that's where it's beneficial to be in a group of people. I think it's extremely dangerous to hike some of these trails during these heat waves by yourself without adequate water, and obviously that's when we start seeing some of the rescues happen.
And what are the signs of heat exhaustion?
So obviously there's various stages, but you can start getting obviously the rapid heart rate. You go from profuse sweating to a lack of sweat entirely, and then start getting clammy skin. Obviously you start cramping throughout all the muscle groups in your body, and you start gradually showing those signs, and then heat illness can really wreak havoc on the body once you've reached a high internal core temperature.